Joe and I met weekly. So we had a very good relationship. That was at his suggestion and eventual
Yeah.
insistence. I felt, why? I mean, that's what I have PR people for. And he said, you'd be surprised how much gets failed, isn't communicated between senior management and the line executives, and it can lead to some real missteps. So we started taking, by design, a half an hour, but it turned into an hour, typically toward the end of the week. And I just tell him what was in my mind and what was going on, what was coming up. And sure enough, every time there'd be a few things that would pop up. He says, geez, I don't even know if your PR people understand this. And so he was able to get into it. I always appreciated his perspective because he was very, very much an independent. Yes, I was the client, but at the same time, he never hesitated to tell me, you know, um, his point of view. I always, to this minute, have 100% confidence in Joe and admiration for the company that he and Roger built. And, you know, there's a tremendous support team at Curley and Pynn that worked really well with our teams. Our teams were appreciative of their support. Every time we do an event, he'd bring a lot of people and they'd pair up with our people and, together. I can't think of any event we ever did that we didn't pull off flawlessly. One of them, I think Jim Canfield, who God rest his soul, recently passed away. He had a great relationship with Joe, but there's a guy before him, and I can picture him, but I can't remember his name. He might have been the one that sourced Curley and Pynn because he realized, I think, he realized we got to get some help here because we don't really understand this market. They went out and found Curley and Pynn. They quickly earned my respect. Well, the first that comes to mind, and I would have to think a while to make sure that I felt that this was the number one thing, but the first that comes to mind, so it probably is the number one thing, is when we would have some sort of a crisis. Joe was always there, and whatever other resources we need. And he always was on the forefront of helping us, figure out how to go about it from a PR standpoint. Always. And then, beyond that, the stuff that you really celebrate is, the number of successful events that we did together all around the world. Everything from theme park grand openings to announcements of intended plans for a theme park or a new attraction someplace in the world. So, as I said already, Joe was a big help to me through the years, and I know the whole organization through the years, on that front. And then, the successful execution of a number of events. Look, Dan, if you said, okay, that's great, Tom, you said a bunch of nice things. Come on, there must be something you think we can improve upon, something that you think, we could have done better. Honestly, I don't have anything. I'm completely satisfied.